Because 5.4 is just dx of e to the x, which is actually just e to the x. And if it is e to the u, just use the chain rule. All right, so what I mean by that is, so if I ask you to find the derivative of y was equal to e to the negative 5x, that really just equals e to the negative 5x, and then use chain, and multiply that times negative 5. So that just goes ahead and equals negative 5 e to the negative 5x. You do not have to move that in the denominator. You can just go ahead and leave it like that. So if it was y was equal to 3e raised to the 1 minus x squared, the 3 stays as your constant, e to the 1 minus x squared stays there, and then use the chain rule, and that gets multiplied by negative 2x. So y prime is just equal to negative 6x e to the 1 minus x squared. And this one is everyone's favorite. I think I forgot to record that, but that one's not too bad. You can definitely expect to see questions that look like this, which is our implicit differentiation, right? So, what does all of this mean? It means that when I find the derivative of this exponent here, you're going to have to use the product rule. Right? I'm going to make that y squared. So let's go ahead and do that one first. So if I go through and use the product rule there, I have x, and then the derivative of x, which is just 1. And then I have y, and the derivative of y is 1 times dy dx. So the rule here gives me e to the xy, because the derivative of e to the u is just itself. But then I have to multiply that times 1 plus dy dx times x. Sorry, I forgot to go ahead and write my 1. Remember what the product rule says is product rule has one of those two multiplied times each other, and then one of those two multiplied times each other. So that's why the first term is 1y, and then the next term is dy dx times x. Now that was all just for taking the derivative of e to the xy. All right, so then I have to go through and take this EXY and multiply it out. And when I do that, I get EXY times Y plus EXY times X times dy dx plus 2x minus 2y dy dx is equal to 0. Now I keep all of the dy's, dx's on one side and move everything else over. So now I'm left with EXY times x. I'm going to move the dy dx up front. Minus 2y dy dx is equal to negative e to the xy times y minus 2x. Now I'm just going to go back and make sure I have everything. So e to the xy, y came over here. E to the xy times x times dy I have here. The 2x came here, and negative 2y dy dx came here. So I have everything, and only thing I need is I need to fix this sign. No, that's right. That sign is negative. All right, perfect. So now I go ahead and factor out the dy dx. And then I'm left with e to the xy minus 2y is equal to negative e to the xy times y minus 2x. And finally, dy dx is equal to negative e to the xy times y minus 2x all over e to the xy minus 2y. Make sure I double check all of them, because just to make sure that you have all of those pieces inside there, because it's really easy to